We are here.
All right, everybody. Welcome, everyone, to the Pussy Power Hour, where we bring you vaginal victories through information and education about your yum, Yoni. Pun
Yes.
intended. My name is Kaiharu Rama, DHS, and I'm the founder of the Holistic Health Awareness Team, which is a group of naturopathic doctors and holistic physicians who specialize in a variety of holistic services, products, and modalities, most of which are energy therapies. My area of focus and concentration.
I cannot hear you.
Well, I can hear all that bumbling and moving over there.
I can't hear anything.
My area of focus and concentration is in something called meridian therapy tapology, which can best be described as acupuncture without the needles. I heard everything just fine. Testing.
I just heard you a second ago.
Testing. Can you hear that? You can hear any of that?
I don't know what just happened.
You hear nothing, because I hear you.
I was just hearing you like a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I can't hear myself, nothing.
I can hear you. All right, we're going through some technical difficulties in which she is wrestling with it. Looks like they're getting the best of her.
It is. Well, I don't know. This thing is pissing me off.
You got it? All right, in the meantime, I'm going to give you our talking points for today.
I have no idea what this is doing.
Boy, if you could only hear what it sounds like.
I can't.
I know, I'm saying I can't. It's like you getting jumped on by 5 people over there.
I can't.
We're going to talk today about reflex points. Very, very interesting information about reflex points. We're also going to talk about what was that subject? What was that subject matter?
The ingredients of good sex.
The ingredients of good.
The ingredients
sex.
of good sex.
The ingredients of good sex. And of course, that's all relative, but we're going to give you at least some practical information. Can you hear yourself now?
Nope.
Well, trust it. You are heard. You can be heard. So with that being said,
but we're going to keep it moving because we're not going to keep the people waiting.
Tell them who you are and what you do. Or do I need to go back over mine?
No.
You sure?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to flow right into mine.
Okay, great.
My name is Teray May, and I am a pussy practitioner. That is a self-proclaimed title. But the medical term for it is a vaginal practitioner. I am also the sole proprietor of Yoni Steam and Wellness as well. We're located in Richmond, Virginia. And I am a holistic womb care provider. So we provide any womb care, whether that is preparation for pregnancy, it can be post-pregnancy, after having your children. It could be in preparation for your period. It could be a number of other any ailments as well. We also do specialize in vaginal rejuvenation therapy. This can be Yoni steaming. This can be non-invasive vaginal tightening. We also offer wax services as well as we also offer educational certification. So if you are looking to expand your knowledge on vaginal steaming, or if you are even looking to start a business as a vaginal practitioner, we do certification classes here at Yoni Steam and Wellness. We offer a number of different vaginal services here.
Very good, very good, very good. You know, I feel like after so many years of experience, men are natural vaginal practitioners. What do you think about that? I'm talking about the ones who are paying attention. What are you doing?
I was moving it back.
The men who are paying attention to, the women that they are having intimacy with. I think after a long study, most men, a good percentage of men, could consider themselves vaginal practitioners. So let's say, for instance, how is that not true? What is it that a vaginal practitioner would get that maybe a man wouldn't get dealing with his woman or with his women over the years?
Well, I feel like A practitioner in itself is someone who studies or specializes in a certain field.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like just because you indulge in sex does not mean that you specialize in it.
Sex? How dare you? That's so tawdry. How about sensual expression, which is a totally different vibe? What about that? Not impressed?
Statistically, you have more people who have sex,
That's my point.
more men who have
And
sex.
they're not paying attention. You can't pay attention having sex.
Yeah, even I mean that's the thing.
That's the thing.
I feel like even with sensual expression, it
And-
may come to a point where I just feel like no, it's a no for me. Like that, I feel like that does
She's
not.
downing my degree.
Feeling like that
vaginal
does not make that does not make a man a pussy practitioner after
Wow.
you say over the years.
I mean,
Are you
sometimes it's not
counting
that many
years of
years.
experience, or are you counting how many experiences?
Kind of a combination, because the thing is, it's not in the many, it's not in the amount of years, it's in your study. In your study of the female anatomy, of the female biology, of the female everything. And again, why'd you cut it all off? It was doing fine.
I did, and I was.
I can hear myself now.
You can
Go back to where it was. It's all about no. Excuse me, ma'am. Thank you. It's all about the experience. If you're paying attention, there you go again. Lead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I can't hear anything. I was trying to turn the levels up.
So, oh my God. Excuse me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know why I can't hear anything.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. What did you do?
Nope. And I was just hearing.
Okay, well, we're going to keep moving. We're going to get us an engineer real soon.
Please, we definitely have to work on that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. All right.
Don't hear anything.
I can. All right. Where was I? Yes. As it relates to men, just paying attention. Okay, it's just like a parent paying attention to their child, paying attention to their child's activity, their child's intellect, their child's everything. After so long, you can consider yourself somewhat of an expert. Now, I know you were talking about the pussy practitioner class. I'm sure there are things that women can learn that perhaps they have not learned before. They'll learn how to do perhaps steaming, tightening, and whatnot. But men out there, and some women as well, after so long, after so many experiences, after so much intense studying of the female everything, anatomy, psyche, and all that, at some point in time, you should be considered at least a sufficient vaginal practitioner. So with that in mind, we're going to get into something today called reflex points. Reflex points, okay? Now, reflex points are very, very interesting. These are points on many parts of the body that are actually segues into, shortcuts into, avenues into the actual organs in the body. Okay, so say for instance the heart, there are places on the hand, places on the feet, places on the ear, where if you were to press that area or put a needle in that area or massage that area, you would be doing the same thing as if you were massaging the heart. That's incredible. The human body is marvelously and wonderfully made, and because we're so ignorant and uninformed about it, we don't know how to really care for ourselves in the way we can to keep us in optimum health. So again, a reflex point is a point on any part of the body, more than likely the hand, the feet, the ears, also the tongue, and the penis and the inside of the vagina, where these points are access ways or pathways into the actual organ, endocrine, or part of the body itself. Now, there is a science called reflexology, okay? And this science of reflexology actually uses those reflex points to either do acupressure, meaning if you squeeze that area, that's acupressure. Acupuncture, which the acupuncturist used by putting a needle in that particular area, or massage. Either way, a couple of things are taking place when you do that. You're automatically sending blood to that organ to that endocrine to that area of the body. And why is that important? Because nutrients is in your blood. All your
Mm-hmm.
vitamins, all your minerals, anything that you put in your body is going to be reflected in the blood. So when you force blood into a particular area by manipulating the reflex point that it represents, you're sending nutrients in that area, which is good. Also, once that blood flow goes to that area, you're removing waste in that area. You're removing lymph material, toxins and poisons. Okay, so any garbage that's in that area, when you push that blood flow just by manipulating that reflex point, you're washing that area away, and you're also stimulating the nerve endings in that particular organ, endocrine part of the body. So these are very, very important points that we can utilize if you know what you're doing. So for those of you who have never heard of reflexology, listen, do yourself a favor and get reflexology
Google it right now.
regularly. You can get
Google
it in
it
the
right now.
hands.
Pull out your
That's
iPad,
right.
pull out your phone, and Google reflexology right now.
You can do it with the hands, but it's most effective with the feet because all organs
Mm-hmm.
and parts of the body lead to the bottom of the feet.
Is
All
that the
parts of the
reason
body.
why many people? So I have, and let me know if you heard of this. I have seen these ionic foot detoxes,
I have one.
and I'm not sure how they work, but
I'll do one for you.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
And you put your feet in it, and it's
absolutely.
supposed to draw the toxins
Hmm.
out of the feet.
Been doing it since 2007.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it shows where you're detoxing from different parts of the body.
Now, is that the same thing as using the pads that stick to the bottom of the
No,
feet?
no, ma'am. No, ma'am,
Okay.
not at all. See, what happens is that ionization apparatus you put in the water, it charges the water molecules. And every time your blood cycles in the body, it's going to dump whatever garbage and toxicity into the water, and it's going to be indicated by the color and the texture of the water. So yeah, it's a very, very
Mm-hmm.
unique yet effective science. But when it comes to reflex points, these are the ways that we can masterfully manipulate areas of our body without going in and massaging the heart, massaging the liver, and whatnot. Okay, so again, you have them on your hands, have them on your feet. You also have them on your ears. That's called auricular therapy, where actually somebody can just pinch areas of your body and manipulate the organs. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, they can also put something called beads on your ear, silver beads and gold beads.
I've seen this very popular in the Asian culture.
You mean the acupuncture or the beads?
The
Auricular therapy.
yeah.
Yeah, what happens is this: the gold beads
Even
raise
the what you say, the pressure therapy, was that what I just
acupressure.
acupressure?
Mhm.
I've seen that very
With the
mhm.
the beads, the gold beads actually raise the energy vibration on the organs. Dig that. And then the silver beads lower the energy vibration of the organs. So let's say you got a hypo or hyperactive something, you can put a silver bead on the place on the ear where it represents, and it'll bring that hyperactivity down. Or if you have a hypoactivity, meaning it's slow, right? You can put a gold bead and it'll bring that organ's energy vibration up.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, when you see people with this, they'll have like a 15, 16 beads on the ear at any given time. But this is called auricular therapy. Yet another way you can use reflex points to deal with the organs in your body. Well. Did you know that on the shaft of the penis, an erect penis, you have reflex points that represent all the major organs in the body? You see, now we begin to understand, those who are paying attention, what sensual expression slash sex, I don't like using that term, how it's so powerful. It can actually help heal ailments going on in the body. All right?
Sex heals.
You in this sex thing. Listen, if you look up
Sex.
if you look up sex in the dictionary, it only says gender. So if I
Let
say
me
I'm
tell you,
having
if you
sex,
look
I'm
up
having
sex,
gender.
if you look up sex in my dictionary,
Oh, okay. I don't have that one.
it means it means it is a stimulated exchange of energy.
Well, we can do that by fighting. We can do that by martial arts. But when you say sensual expression slash sex, what we're doing is we are expressing ourselves. We are artistically expressing ourselves. We are passionately, intimately, and affectionately expressing ourselves through a mode that we call sex. But again, it's so much more than that. But let's take a look at, if we can show this here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show that?
Yeah.
Put that up. Now, as you can see,
This is for you guys on the live.
all the major organs are represented on the shaft of the
And
penis.
this is for you guys on YouTube.
All right. And if you look on the inside of the woman's vagina, that same lineup is there, which absolutely matches the lineup of the man. Okay. So now you understand the man should be equally yoked with the woman. What am I saying by that? If a man is long, he should not be going inside of a woman who has a very shallow vagina. Because first of all, he's going to go into her uterus, which can tilt the uterus, cause all kind of disease, and you don't want that. And I know men are pretty egotistical. We want to try to go as far as we can and do as much damage, but this is not about damage. This is about getting that perfect massage on the shaft that matches the inner lineup of the vagina, if that makes sense. Let's take a look at it. Okay, on the bottom, next to the testicles, you have the kidney reflex point. Well, keep in mind that the organs are married to each other. So the kidneys are actually married to the bladder. So whenever you see kidney, it also means bladder. So this part, the bottom part of the penis, is going to be a segue into both kidneys and the bladder. Above it, you see liver. It's not liver alone. Liver has a mate too. The gallbladder is the marital partner of the liver. So it's going to be liver and gallbladder in that area. Next, you see spleen and pancreas. It's actually a menage a trois. It's stomach, spleen, and pancreas. So that's the next area that covers. And then you see the lungs, which are married to the colon. The lungs and the colon are married. So that's what's represented on the sides.
I wonder if that's
of
what
the
it
penis.
means when they be like, put it in my stomach.
No, not at all. but she would think about that. And it makes sense, but no. Now, lastly, at the tip, you have the heart. The heart is married to the small intestines. Okay? So you have all the major organs represented on the shaft of the penis. And then on the inside of the vaginal walls, the same lineup is there. So somebody took some time to really design this human body so that it makes sense, right? Okay, so now you get to understand when we talk about Kegel exercises, why it's so effective, right? Now, looking at this here, you have to consider that the tongue also has reflex points. But what's interesting is the reflex points on the tongue mirror the reflex points on the penis. So this is the tongue upside down, okay? Same reflex points, the areas are absolutely the same, which is amazing information. So yes, there are some things you can press on the tongue to get just as much of a response as if you were pressing something on the hand or pressing something on the foot. But this is
Is that how oral sex came into?
I wouldn't give Europeans that much credit. I'm not going there. No. But keep in mind though, it's interesting to note how the tongue lineup matches the lineup on the shaft of the penis and matches the inner walls of the vagina. So there is some.
So I have a question.
Please.
So being that the head,
here we go,
is the heart.
Yes.
Of the penis.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you can give a man a heart attack by riding the head of the penis?
Well, if you're giving head and you stay there, you can overstimulate the heart. Yes, you can. And a lot of men have passed on in a grade. They came and went at the same time. But the thing is, they passed on because their heart reflex point was overstimulated, thus overstimulating the heart. So this is why, it's a good point you bring up. This is why the long stroke, men, the long stroke is something that's a good ingredient, see how I segue into it, to good sex. A good ingredient for sex is the long stroke. Why do I say that?
I have a question.
Please.
Should the long stroke come to the top of the penis, or should it come to, let's say, right, like when you're long stroking, should he pull all the way out to the tip of the vagina, or should he just go right here and then go back in?
That went through me. Hold on. Please forgive me. I just had a moment. No.
I'm trying to get this right here for y'all.
No. That's fine. No, the thing is, it's up to the stroker. But to get the full stroke and all the organs included, I would go all the way out to the tip and all the way back in, all the way down to here. Because the testicles are actually connected with all of the endocrines in the body. That is the hypothalamus, the pineal, the pituitary, the thyroid, the parathyroid. We're talking about the adrenals in the back of the kidneys. We're talking about the thymus that's on top of the heart. All of those are connected, right? So the thing is, you want to get that full stroke so that every major organ has a massage upon it, which means you're going to bring healing energy to every major organ in every stroke. Now, if you can happen to get a rhythm with your stroke, some people remember the Aqua Boogie, and there's a note, there's a part of the song that said, "Can't catch the rhythm of the stroke." Well, that was kind of a way of saying, listen, you got to consider Black people are people of rhythm, okay? And not to say nobody else is not, but we have a certain rhythm. Our rhythm is 2/4. What do I mean by that? If we got a beat, we always are going to bob our heads or bob our, whatever we do is going to be to the beat of 2/4, 2/4 rhythm. Well, white folks, if you got that same beat, they're going to be off. That's 1/3 rhythm, okay? So when you have 2/4 rhythm, or that melaninated rhythm, and you have the long stroke as well, now you understand what the whole stroke and the rhythm of that, it's going to bring powerful healing energy on every organ that's being massaged with that long stroke. So for men, the good ingredient for sex is the long stroke.
The long stroke.
Not all that ba ba ba.
Do y'all hear me? The first good ingredient, and he gave y'all. You know, we talk about facts and statistics, right?
Now I'm gonna show you
the number one ingredient for good sensual expression / sex
for men
and would women. Be and women, because I like the long stroke too, would be the long stroke, because when you bring the head out of the penis to the tip of it, you are touching every single organ.
Major organ. Now
every single organ. You're touching every single organ.
Guess what? In him
when
and
you do the long stroke.
As well as in yourself. Because as you can see at the tip.
Take notes, fellas. Take notes.
As you can see at the tip of, just before you get to the opening of the uterus, that's the heart. And it matches the tip of the penis. That's the heart. So now men are going, oh man, I peep game, man.
So if you want her to fall in love with you, you're gonna have to hit her in the back.
Listen.
If your penis don't touch her back walls, you know, you might only hit the liver.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So if you want her to fall in love with you, we're going to need you to touch right up in here. Now, touch right up in here if you want her to fall in love with you. This is the entrance of the vagina.
Let me give you a disclaimer before we go any further. She may not fall in love. That's what she's saying. It's possible she might, but it's possible she might not. But you want to line up each and every organ with each other. Now, on this one here, you can see that the endocrines are indicated on here. So when you bring that all the way out, bring the tip all the way out, now you're going to include the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus gland, and all of the glands all the way down. So the long stroke is a very important ingredient for good sex. Now, with the woman, I'm going to give you one of many good ingredients. It is the stationary grind, the stationary slow grind or whine. Okay,
is that like when he pushed in and he's
no. Okay. First of all, when we do the long stroke, it's best when we're on top. Okay, because we have control of the stroke.
Without legs on your shoulders.
Absolutely. So now, or feet on the shoulders, or just legs back. But when a woman's on top, she can control what I call the slow whine or the slow grind.
Yes.
She's not going up and down on it. She's staying all the way down, and she's just swiveling her hips in place. Okay. By doing that, associated with applying a Kegel pressure on any one part. Remember a couple of segments ago, we were talking about how you can apply it to segments of the penis? Imagine you are doing a slow whine, okay, and then you're applying the pressure to the bottom. You're dealing with his kidneys and his bladder. You're bringing healing energy. You're bringing blood and nutrients. You're bringing all the vitamins and minerals. You're removing all the waste material and all the poisons and toxins from that area just by slow winding while having that Kegel grip on that area.
Do your Kegels, ladies. Do your Kegels.
That's
I can't stress that enough. Do your Kegels.
Now move up a little bit more, okay? Stay on the slow wind, stay stationary, and just tighten it up in this area here. You're dealing with his liver and his gallbladder, okay? Bringing healing energy. Now, he doesn't know it. All he knows is feel good, okay? But that's the added plus. Not only does it feel good, but you and him are creating healing energy, not just for him, but for her as well. In the same, because in the same area here, as you can see, it lines up. So she's providing through her, what we call slow wine, she's providing energy for herself and for him. When he's doing his long stroke, he's providing the energy for her and himself. So it's a concerted effort. It's reciprocal.
Show them.
Right here. So now we move up again to the stomach, spleen, pancreas area. Okay? Staying stationary. And again, all you're doing is adjusting your Kegel grip.
And if you're just joining us, we are again reflecting on how the reflex points in the penis and the vagina are connected to our major organs.
This is fascinating
and this
information.
Is very fascinating information, and very intrigued about the information
people pay
that our
of
bodies give off, you know, when you are having a stimulated exchange.
So now you understand the difference between somebody just and squirting, and now
he means fucking, by the way, when he say
Yeah, I mean that and somebody where we have the knowledge of, all right, especially if both of us have the knowledge. This is going to be a healing session. This is going to be wonderful to both of us. But now we have some ancient knowledge of not only how to feel good, but also how to bring healing energy simultaneously. Now, if you've ever filled a coffee cup and weren't paying attention, and next thing you know it's overflowing, well, that's the orgasm. When you send this energy to all of these 10 organs, major organs, and you just keep pushing it in there and keep at some point in time, that energy is going to overflow. What do you think the overflow is? The overflow is what we call can be. But more than likely, it's orgasm. It's the overpouring of the healing energy. And it causes different things in different people. According to Dr. Stephen Chang in his book, Dial of Sexology, he lists a number of things that happen on each step of the 9 steps of a woman's orgasm. Yeah, could be, may not. You know, we all are different. So what you want to do is make sure that we are sending too much energy, healing energy to every one of those internal organs, so that not only it can feel good, however, we can
it can heal us.
And the healing, listen.
That's the kind of sex I want. If your sex is not healing me, I don't want it.
But you got to consider most people don't know anything about this.
Very true.
In fact, so let's venture off just a little bit.
But I mean, even not even just, you know, scientifically, I just mean like intentionally. Like, I feel like when you go into intimacy with someone, or sex with someone, or sensual expression with someone, I feel like your purpose should be to make sure that this person gets a good feel out of it. Make sure this person comes out of it feeling good, better. I feel like that's healing too.
You said something very interesting that you don't hear many women say. Intimacy. Who's doing that? A lot of people are not getting intimacy. It's all about, let's get this quick, whatever. A lot of times it's just an exchange, whether it's a monetary exchange, whether it's a material exchange. So
why do you think that has no value no more? Do you think it's because
intimacy?
Because just like, yeah,
it's hard to be intimate.
It's
with
almost
a
like they say chivalry is dead.
It's hard to be intimate with a stranger if you don't know the person you're with. If I pick you up at a club and get your phone number, 2 days later we hitting it, I don't know you. So how much intimacy can I provide? Or if I do know you and we always at odds and we always doing this, how much intimacy can I provide for somebody that's on my freaking nerves all the time. So there has to be some things in place in order for us to share reciprocal affection, intimacy, and passion.
I agree.
How many women are purposely, voluntarily giving up passion? Do you know any? Right. You know why? Women, I'm not saying I know, I'm just giving you the experience that I have over 36 years. Women, by and large, don't want to feel vulnerable. Passion is vulnerability for women. And what they're thinking is, if he ain't going to show it, why should I show it? Well, by and large, men are savages. A lot of times they don't know how, but women do. And if you were to win them over with your feminine passion, you'd be amazed and surprised how many men would open up to be passionate. Some men see that as weak. Some men see that as something that's meaningless. But the thing is, very few people, women, men, especially men, are showing passion. Okay? And sometimes that's the difference. That's the hook. That's the hook right there. Because I'm with you. If we can't get something solid and meaningful out of this, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's the difference between eating Vienna sausages just to get the hunger pain out your body and you getting a good vegetable
like
stir fry.
I don't like Vienna
I'm just
sausages.
saying it's not even food.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something to put in your stomach to stop the hunger pain. But if you got a nice lamb chop, some organic vegetables, some linguine on this, I mean, that's good eating, not just tasting good, but also good for the body.
Mm-hmm.
There lies the difference. So for the most part, you know, women and men, we don't share passion.
And with me, I would say that I'm not that I'm vulnerable, but I do, when I meet someone, I will tend to be, that's like I was saying before, when I meet most people, I start off at 100 and I let them, you know, fuck their way down the scale themselves. And like you said, most people are complete opposite. They don't go in showing their vulnerability. They don't go in with passion. And that's crazy because I do. Like I do. Not in all situations, but
let me get you to understand.
In some situations I do. I go in there very passionate with the intentions to heal. But with me, I understand that I'm a healer.
I value reciprocation, okay? Reciprocation is we're both doing it.
Correct.
So if I don't see you doing it, I'm not going to waste my time. In fact, we're not going to be together too long. I met a martial artist, and he said, when I'm fighting somebody, I only bring out what I need to beat them. So if I start out boxing and they're starting to, you know, get the best of me, I'll go to something else. If they get the best of me with that, I'll go to something else. So he said, I'm only going to bring out what I need to get the job done. Other martial artists are different. I'm coming out with full blast so I can end this thing quickly. So it all depends on your mindset. My thing is, I can't do what is not being reciprocated. If I don't feel love, I'm not going to offer love. If I feel no passion, no intimacy, no affection, well, of course, you're not going to offer it. And this is oftentimes the big fight. Now let's just move just a little bit.
I think men lack that too. Men lack passion. Men lack,
probably more so than women,
yes.
But I tell you, women are catching up real fast. Now, as it relates to these points on the penis, all right, even when a woman is giving head, all right, or fellatio as it's called scientifically, allegedly,
or sucking dick.
There you go. The thing is, she doesn't want to stay in one place too long because it can overstimulate the organ that is represented in the reflex point. So that is to say, just like there's a long stroke in the vagina, there's a long stroke when you're giving head. Now, oftentimes, the ratio between the opening of the vagina and the opening of the uterus is longer than the opening of the mouth and the back of the throat. So you got to get creative in trying to do a long stroke with such a short distance between
Mine
the mouth and the throat.
Mine is very short.
So
I'm not a deep throater by any means.
So the thing is, you have to find creative ways so that you're not overstimulating. I'm gonna tell you something else that overstimulates. If a man just continues to flick his tongue on the clit, which is really what brings,
I don't like that.
What happens is you overstimulate the bladder.
I don't like that.
It overstimulates the bladder.
Stop licking. Don't do that. I like I like a little bit of kissing, a little bit of sucking, but don't, like you said, don't overstimulate my clitoris.
And
Don't do
usually, what
that.
will happen is over a period of time, you'll get the urge to go to the bathroom, even if you don't have to go, because what
Mm.
he's doing is he's stimulating the area that's represented by the bladder and the kidney. So you can say, "Oh, hold on, I got to use the bathroom." You get
Mm-hmm.
there, you may or may not have to go, but the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
if he stays in that in that area, that's what will happen. Now, believe it or not, too, there are reflex points on the outside of the vagina on the lips, almost like a clock
Mm-hmm.
going 12 all the way around to 12 again. So for those of you who are becoming master vaginal practitioners, like some of us, we get to know that clock too, and what each uh, time period is going to represent. So you have reflex points on the outside of the vagina as well as in the walls inside the vagina. But guess what? This doesn't have to be ancient information. This information is out there for everybody to learn if you want to learn it. And my thing is, if you're going to take the time to have sensual expression with the woman, why don't you take the time to study not just her personally,
Mm-hmm.
but the woman, period? Because if you study the woman, period, and then study her personally, whenever you do get together, I don't care if it's one time. I don't care if it's for just 2 months you guys got together. Make it so that when she thinks about you, she goes, mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, really. Because otherwise, what are we doing? What is it that we're doing? It's not worth it. So, I've had people to ask me, what about the lineup in the
I
anal
think my
canal?
husband is the only person to have made me do that.
See what I'm saying? And
My,
that's
and
why
my
they're
husband, and
together.
he's my husband is not my only sexual partner I've had in my lifetime, but I would say my husband is definitely the one who, when I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
There you
mm,
go. There you go.
to the point where I can still feel him in me.
That's what it's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
because what you don't see rules what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in relation, somebody asked me the question,
Hence why he's my husband.
how does that lineup go in the anal canal? Well, let's talk about that. There is no reflex points in the anal canal and the rectum. Now, that's not to say that you can't get a good feeling out of that if you are the one entering into the anal canal, but that same lineup that's in the vagina, it's not in the rectum. So therefore, yeah, you, you can still feel good to the woman. It can still feel good to the man, but the healing energy is actually going one-sided just for the man.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting the healing energy. So while it can feel good, yes, it's only
Do
going
you
to
enjoy anal sex?
absolutely, absolutely.
I don't enjoy anal sex.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to
I
hear
don't.
that.
I don't like that much pain. I don't like being in pain like that.
Well, some people are masochistic in nature, and some women don't
That
get
was
pain.
last episode. We was talking about that.
But guess what? Some women don't have pain because
I
they
know.
they they're open enough to where maybe the first couple of times it was, but then after that, it's
We could do a finger. We could do a thumb. Put your thumb in there, but you know what I mean. But the whole penis. Mm-mm.
yeah. Well, this is the masochistic aspect of some people, but then again, some people, hey, they've already gotten past that. It's almost like the hymen being broken on the vagina. That first time it might hurt. You might even bleed, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, you're good. Same thing with the anal. For a lot of women, once they get past the stretch point, everything is good. There's no more pain involved. But then some people, some women, they love what we call sexy pain. And I guess at this age or this dispensation where we're at, we got to do the man to man thing. Some men are enjoying it as well. I mean, we got to be all inclusive, I guess. But you have to consider that there are no reflex points in the rectum. However, there are reflex points on the colon. Isn't that something? So, massage um, can, in some ways, impact that. But
Help you with like bowel movements.
absolutely, absolutely, and of course, for those of you who are looking to do, and this is kind of a sidebar, but I'm glad you brought that up. For those of you who are looking to have good colon care, you may want to consider colon hydrotherapy. Colon, because we like to bring different things to you guys that perhaps you were unaware of. Colon hydrotherapy is when they use water that goes up into the rectum, okay, and it pulls all of that fecal matter that has been lodged against the sides of the intestines for God knows how long. And the whole goal is to at some point get over 5.5 feet the whole length of your colon. So when you first go in, you might get, 18 inches to 2 feet. Okay. And all it's doing is shooting water in and pulling it back out, shooting water further, pulling it back out. And then you're able to see the fecal matter in the tube that's going by. And a good colon hydrotherapist can see what your diet is. They can see if you're eating fried foods, eating meat and all that, and they can tell you how to, make the adjustments for better overall health. But after the third or fourth visit, you should be able to take that water all the way over to the other side of your colon, 5.5 feet, and sweep all of that out of there so you can know you have some really good colon health. It's very, very important. So colon hydrotherapy is another good way of keeping yourself healthy, wealthy, and wise, because of course, good health is good wealth. So whether it's your glands or whether it's your organs, reflex points are on the shaft of the erect penis, okay? And know and consider that same lineup is on the inside of the vagina. So now you can visually conceive why men and women need to be equally yoked. A guy like this.
That's why we need man and woman.
Mm-hmm. A guy like this doesn't
FYI.
need to be going into something like this. Okay? And it's interesting because I think that the stoutness of a woman's butt lets you know the ethnicity that is safe for her to go up inside of her. Let me explain. Now, a lot of Asian women have a flat butt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because a lot of Asian men have smaller lingams.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it this way.
Mm-hmm.
If one of our Mandinka men, okay, goes up in that lady and she has a flat butt, he's going to have more access to her vagina. Am I correct? Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess because the butt pushes him out a little bit more. Okay.
So he can go all the way up in her uterus, infection. He can tilt the uterus, which would be a nightmare. He can actually crack the pelvic bone, especially if he gets rough. Mm-hmm. So you notice that a black woman, her a lot of times her butt is stout, so that keeps him from going too far in. Mm-hmm. Right? That lets you know what he has. Mm-hmm. If you look at a lot of European women, same thing. You have a flatter or less stout butt, so that the man doesn't go and overindulge himself in her. Gotcha. So we get to see who we are based upon our anatomy. Does that make sense to you?
It does. So would you say that like a gay couple, a woman-on-woman couple would not be able to heal themselves, being that there's no penis involved or there's no penetration involved?
That's an interesting question. If there's some toys that are used,
then only one is receiving
correct.
The energy, as if it was two men, then only one would be receiving it at a time.
Absolutely. Now, if the women are licking themselves, there's certain parts that they'll be able to stimulate, like, because keep in mind this too, ladies and gentlemen, that the erect penis is an enlarged version of the clitoris. Mm-hmm. The erect penis is an enlarged version of the clitoris. So on the lineup of the clitoris, even though it's tiny, you still got the same lineup. It's just tiny. Mm-hmm. Okay? And with that being said, if they were to continue to do their oral thing upon each other, there is some stimulation that can take place and some healing that can be pushed to certain areas. Okay? But not as extensively as, if it were a penis, and it's not as extensively as if they were to have something put on the inside of them. So
scientifically, is everyone born a female?
Well, they say, allegedly, because, I just go by what the science says, that all babies are female before they become male. I think in the whatever trimester, everything tends to take its complete process in the latter stages. And then you have, and what I mean by that is I'm talking about the first 8 weeks. Because the first 8 weeks of a child's existence is when all of the body systems are created. Mm-hmm. The first 8 weeks. So what does that mean? Do I have to say it? Abortion is murder. In the first 8 weeks of a a fetus's existence, all of the bodily systems are created and they begin to mature from there. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's probably something we need to talk about in another episode too.
We
So
will.
we have to
Y'all
consider.
stay tuned.
We have to consider these things. Absolutely. So yes, reflex points hugely important. So look what you've picked up today. You've picked up something called reflexology, where you can have someone come and
Reflexology.
they can either press points on your hand, or they can massage points on your hand, press points on your feet, or massage points on your feet that can impact the very organs, endocrines, and different areas of the body as if they were touching those parts themselves. It's called reflexology. Look it up. Began to get it in a very regular schedule.
So reflexology would be like acupuncture without the needles, right?
It can be, yes. It can be. Because you have massage and you have the pressing, all right? And then you have colon hydrotherapy that we talked about, whereas you can go in and clean out your colon, and trust me, it doesn't hurt. There might be some discomfort in the stomach when the gas is breaking and stuff like that.
Much different than a colonoscopy, right?
Oh, no, it's two different things. Colonoscopy is when they put a camera up in your butt and they go, I'm not talking about that. This is water.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that people, because
and
I have a lot of clients who ask if I do colonoscopies, which I don't.
colon hydrotherapy. So you've got those two. And then, of course, now that you know about reflex points on the genital area, in many ways, we can become vaginal or penile practitioners based upon the little knowledge that we have.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And why would I, question for you, do you think I should be willing to heal somebody that I don't know or don't care for? I mean, just think about that. A stranger, we're just meeting. You think I'm going to put my healing energy on? I mean, am I worth you putting your healing energy on me if we just met? Well, for you, yeah, because you say you give 100%. But I'm just saying.
Because I was just getting ready to say, I'm a healer. So the answer to that question would be yes.
But what if he's a bastard?
But that's the thing.
What if he's a bastard?
That is the thing, though. That is the thing. It's like for me, it's not just giving my healing energy. What I would be more scared of would be receiving your bad energy.
I mean, you take the chance.
Dr. Finney said, who do you recommend to provide colon hydrotherapy in the Richmond, VA area? Good question.
Very good question.
Dr. Finney, we love you, girl.
Do I give it? Should I give it online? No. I tell you what, we'll talk. I will call you, or we can text each other.
Do you know them? Do you have a name for them?
Yeah, I go to them.
Yeah, give the people what they want. Okay.
Let me clear that first, because I want to create a relationship that's what you call mutual.
Okay.
And mutually beneficial.
Okay.
Does that make sense to
you? Yes,
I ain't giving nothing to me. Come on now.
Okay.
So yeah, I will get that to you ASAP after we'll talk. But yes, do you think that you should give? Because don't get me wrong, I understand you consider yourself one who facilitates healing, like I have over 36 years. My thing is, you got to be worth it. You have to be, and guess what? Why am I giving something to you that you're not reciprocating back to me?
Exactly. That's why I said it has to be an exchange for me.
That's girlfriend, boyfriend. That's
It has to be an exchange for me. If it's not an exchange for me, I don't want it.
Let me give you one better. It's got to be a fair exchange. Because if you're giving 20%, if I'm giving 90, that ain't good enough for me. If you're giving 70 and I'm giving you 30, is that cool for you? Now, if that's all you can give is 30, I mean, I guess you can have empathy, but be gone. Give me somebody to do more than 30. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about exchange. It's about a fair exchange, and it's about an authentic and open exchange. Because you know how y'all be, lying, okay? I need
y'all be lying too.
Okay, that's true. But I need a fair exchange. A fair, authentic, open, and honest exchange. And most people are afraid to do that because most people do not want to be vulnerable. That's male and female. A lot of women don't even like kissing. Women don't.
Yeah, I know a few females
and
who don't like kissing either.
I ask my clients, well, why don't you like kissing? Because I ain't trying to be emotional, tired, and vulnerable. Well, what are you doing? I don't judge. Maybe they don't want an emotional attachment, and that's fine.
As if somebody had just said that to me the other day, like it was like I don't kiss, or they was like she was telling me about an experience that she was having, and she was like, and girl, I don't kiss. And I was like,
let me tell you where they get that from.
You don't kiss.
Let me tell you where they get that from. Prostitutes are told by their procurers or by their handlers or what you call pimps. Okay. She always brings she gets right to it, doesn't she? They're told by their pimps, do not kiss your Johns, your tricks, or whoever. Why? A, it gets you emotionally involved. It can, because guess why? The body is represented by two halves. The body is represented by two halves. That's why the toes resemble the fingers. The feet resembles the hand. The ankle resembles the wrist. The leg, the arm. The knee resembles the elbow. The shoulder is the hips. And the mouth and tongue is the purry area. Okay? So if he's stimulating with kissing of the lips and sucking on the tongue and all that, that's going to have some bearing below. As above,
I know,
so
because
below.
A good kiss could
See what I'm saying? As
stimulate
above,
me.
As above, so below. So the pimp say, I don't want you kissing nobody because I don't want you emotionally involved, okay? And it can happen. So this is where a lot of these women are getting this. So what does that make them? You said, see, she said it.
I was asked if I was answering the question.
No. I mean, I let you say it because I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to be inundated with.
I was in. You still didn't answer yes or no. I was just asking. I was answering if that was the question.
I'm just saying, when it comes to people not kissing, this is I don't want him getting into my intimate space.
Do you know I know people who don't even kiss their kids in the mouth?
I mean, I know people that don't hug their children. But think about it. Hugging, kissing, caressing, that should be a part of the sensual expression activity. But how many times have you heard, I know it in clients, I don't hug, I don't kiss, I don't hold, I don't cuddle, I don't massage. We just bang, 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 and that's it. And don't get me wrong, for a great part of our population, probably the great part of the world, that's cool.
So
that's cool.
For you, what would be a good ingredient for sex? For me, for one, we've already accomplished that the long stroke is a good ingredient for sex.
The stationary grind for the woman.
The stationary grind was two. That was us
with Kegel.
With the Kegel. So one is the long stroke for the man, that's bringing the head of the penis all the way out. And then
right at the tip, keep it right
to the tip. And then the stationary grind, which is us sitting on top, and what we call the cowgirl, frontwards or backwards, right?
Or sideways.
Or sideways. I like sideways too. That position, and also oral sex. I feel like oral sex is a great ingredient to good sex.
If people know what they're doing.
And that's true, because let me tell you, I have had to give direction before.
It's nothing
and
wrong
I don't
with
have I don't have no problem with it.
As long as he follows direction.
Exactly. I have been in exchange where I've had to say, please, like you said, please stop licking. Like, don't stop doing that. Or even I'll reposition his head, like, wait, over here, or a little bit, wait, to the left. Like,
That's somebody not paying attention.
I'm not aggressive with it.
That's somebody not paying attention.
I'm not aggressive with it. However, I don't mind giving direction, because like you said, when they are hitting those healing points for me, that's where I'm striving to go. So I feel like oral sex, oral intimacy is definitely the third.
Oh, you're talking about given to you.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you giving to him?
Yes. Okay. I enjoy giving head too, or sucking dick, or however you want to put it. I enjoy it as well. I definitely, because for me, the exchange for me that I get from it, like you said, when it's a healing thing, is I can feel how much he's enjoying it while I'm giving the head. I can feel his energy actually almost coming through the penis when you're giving oral sex. And that exchange is, I do enjoy that exchange. So I do enjoy giving or sucking dick, as well as I enjoy having, getting head too, or having my pussy ate as well.
Now, when I give you this ingredient, it's going to seem strange because
this is the fourth one, right?
Huh?
This is the fourth good ingredient. We giving y'all the good ingredients to sex now. We on number 4.
But this is one you said me personally.
Yeah, this is number 4. We don't went through 1, 2,
Well,
and
other,
together.
Yeah,
Third one was mine. Now we on the fourth one.
Okay, but the first 2 are uniform.
Okay.
But this one here, many men be like, I ain't using that one.
Okay.
It's the look.
Okay.
The look is, and some of you men out there.
The look, y'all? Am I giving y'all the look?
Huh? Some of you men might understand this. The look is the look on a woman's face, the expression a woman has when she really, really likes you, or when she really, really loves you. That look. Because that look says everything. Because a woman may not be that skilled or that experienced, but when you see that look on your face, it's telling you, I really like this guy.
Yeah.
I really love. And when I see that, I'm like,
yeah, because most people close their eyes during intimacy. I don't like that.
But even if she does, you can still see there's an expression on somebody. For instance, let's say you like somebody, right? And you really like them a lot, and they come around. If somebody were to be looking at your face when they
can
around,
tell.
Oh, she like him.
They can tell.
Now he may not see, because when he look at you, you might straighten your face up. You know what I'm saying? But that look,
I know. You know what look I used to love? The sensual expression, like you said. My husband used to, like you said, in the missionary style, I was on my back, and he would be on top of me. My legs would be on his shoulders, and he would be over me, and he would just look. I mean, he would just, that look that he would just give me when he was up.
Yes.
Right there.
Absolutely.
My husband always know how to do it.
Now,
always.
Now, this look I'm talking about comes before all of that.
But I'm saying incorporating the look into the rest of it.
Yeah. So when
when they say the sprinkles.
When I see that look, that's the ingredient for me, because I know she dig me. And I can't fool with nobody who don't dig me.
That's true.
And the more she shows that look, especially if she shows it wild, that's going to have me like, okay, you're really trying to get this. Okay. So for me, that ingredient would be, quote unquote, the look. The look. Other things, chemistry to me, y'all. Chemistry. If we don't have good sensual expression out of the bedroom, we might be fussing and fighting like dogs and cats. But when we get together, that synergy.
I asked someone that the other day. I was with a male friend of mine, and we were talking, and I was asking him about a female that he was indulging in, just a male friend. And I was asking him about a female he was indulging, and I was asking him like, well, why is it that, because they had been indulging for years, like 10 years they had been fucking. And I'm like, well, why she ain't your girl? Like, how you fuck somebody for 10 years and that's not your girl? Like, what's up with her? And he was like, yo, the sex was always good, but I just didn't like how she moved outside of sex. He was like, I don't like how she be moving in the street. I don't like how none of that. He was like, but we always had great sex. And I'm like, a man, even a female, will fuck with you for 10 years. Fuck you for 10 years. We don't want to make you nothing else. They just good with having sex with you.
Well, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Even with a female, even some females will fuck the same nigga for 5-10 years. All because that's where the chemistry is. Outside of the sex, there's no chemistry. There's nothing.
Well, for me, the chemistry has to include more than just bedroom chemistry. You know what I'm saying? I got to like you. You got to like me. It's got to be some reciprocal relation going on. I care about you. You care about me. And a lot of that is in behavior. I can see what you do for me and to me. And I know without you saying it, I care about you.
And I was saying that to one of my female friends the other day. Not to be telling y'all all my business, but my female friend, I was telling her, like, she was talking to this dude. And I was letting her know, like, if that dude wants you, if he wants you to be his girl, he's going to tell you.
Absolutely.
If he good with just fucking you, he gonna leave it at just fucking you. And she was like, well, what about if he don't want to tell me that he want me to be his girl because he know that he just the jump off? No.
He gonna tell you.
No. That's
Or
not
show
how
you.
that works, honey.
Mhm.
I said, and even if he don't tell you, he's going to show you.
Mhm.
He wants you to be his girl.
Mhm.
He's going to show you. He's going to show you. He's not going to just call you up like, yo, hey, what you doing? I want to see you come through, and that's it. That's the extent of your relationship is fucking.
We got 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you for joining in today
Yes.
about reflex points and a number of other things, ingredients for good sex. We're going to come back next week with another exciting topic or topics on the Pussy Power Hour. Continue to tune in and tell others.
Next Wednesday at 12. So set your timer notifications. We come here every Wednesday at 12. We want to see you guys back next week. Thank you for tuning in.
And bless your hearts and all your parts.
Peace.